What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Mario B coming at you guys with our World Pokemon Federation draft season recap. Yeah, season recap. So 12 weeks, great season. Made it to playoffs, lost round 1. If you guys didn't catch that, that will be in the description down below. Also a link to a couple of my battles that I thought were pretty good. I'll go ahead and link them down below too. We did have a lot of good battles this season. Big shouts out to my opponents. But what can I say, man? World Pokemon Federation, I feel like this season I really got really good at building. I had some creative sets, and I brought some heat, to be honest. Also, just the World Pokemon Federation community is just really nice, and I really did enjoy being part of it this season. Even though I was a replacement coach, coming into the community that they had going already, which is great. I really did like a lot of the coaches, and I had great opponents. So really good season overall. So we picked up the team 0-3, like I had been saying all season, with minus 12 differential. My opponent looks like the coach that was there before me ended up losing his first game 0-2, his second game 0-4, and then his week 3 0-6. So I started off the season minus 12 differential with 0-3 record, and I think this differential is wrong here, because if you can see, it says kills and deaths here. Kills 42, deaths 41. So I actually think I finished with a +1 differential, so I'm pretty proud of that. But as you guys can see, we went 6-6, technically 6-3. So we had some great battles, like I said. We also had some bad battles, though, definitely. Technically I should be 7-2, because one game I brought Reuniclus because of some miscommunication between me and a mod, and yeah, it was a mistake on my end, but I ended up taking the L for that game. I think that was week 5 right here. Yeah, I think that was week 5. I took the 0-6 loss because I brought Reuniclus when the trade hadn't been active yet, but we'll get into that definitely. I want to go over the team, what it looked like when I first picked it up. So this was actually the team that when we first ever picked it up, we played our week 3 match against the Gotham Darkrai. Played our first ever match with this team. We had Beedrill, Togekiss, Espeon, Tangela, Gyarados, Ambipom, Empoleon, Garchomp, Eel, Snorlax, and Kecleon. Couple old faces for sure. But yeah, I mean, let's see the team that I actually brought for that week. I should have them right here. So like I said, I felt like I really did really good. Oh, I didn't even mark them down, my week 3 or week 4. Oh man, that's a bummer. I remember week 3, one of the good things about that battle, I mean week 4 actually, yeah, week 4 is what I'm looking for, right? Oh, I didn't get week 4, I got the next week though. But week 4, I remember I ended up bringing like Tailwind Mega Beedrill, and that really caught my opponent off guard, and which really allowed me to get the win against them with Garchomp at the end. I Swords Danced up with Garchomp, and then I just swept through his team. Earthquake the Jirachi, Earthquake Nihilego, Poison Jab the Tangrowth, I Rock MZ the Zapdos. Like Garchomp just went in on that game, and this was the first time I ever really had Garchomp. Oh, by the way, this is the current team right here. These 2 rows right here. My bad. I know I showed the old team, didn't show the current team. You know, current champs right here. This team of 11 just really put in a lot of work this season. But yeah, I remember I ended up beating my opponent. He was undefeated at the time, 3-0, and I was 0-3. So I came into the league, letting him know what's up, letting him know that I was here to put in some work, and to, you know, I wasn't no one to be played around with, you know. But yeah, we ended up taking that game 1-0. The next game was the game that I believe that I got. I ended up getting disqualified for, and if I take a quick look at the schedule, I can see who I played. So that week I played K9. Yeah, so K9 had like kind of this team, not really. His team was kind of looking like that. But yeah, I remember I brought this fire Reuniclus set right here, and This thing could take a hit from all of his special attackers and dish out a fatter one in return. It took hits from the Finny, it took hits from the Heatron. It took hits from the Heatran. It dealt damage to the Gligar with Hidden Power Ice. The Flash Cannon was there. Oh, sorry about that. Flash Cannon was there for, I think it's Chansey, to be honest. That's all it was there for. To do some damage. Yeah, I think I don't know who it was for. I think it was for Finny, to be honest. I think Energy Ball was for someone else. I feel like he had Deontay on this team. I can't remember. Oops. I'm going all over the place. I'm sorry about that. Let me close those 2 tabs right now so I don't be opening them up anymore. But yeah, this heat was really set. With the Assault Vest, I could take multiple hits, switch out, come back in, and just put in work. Aerodactyl, man. Aerodactyl was the MVP of this season, and he was such an offensive force. He put in a lot of good work. He did a lot of damage. Man, I don't know. We'll go more into that at the end of the video. Who's MVP? Because we had a lot of good mons on this season. But yeah, the main highlight of this game was really my Assault Vest. Ridiculous. He could not break through it in any type of way. And it just really put in work against them. We did take the win, but we did take the loss because we disqualified. But I think I did bring, yeah, I brought Agility, Weakness, Policy, Neptune this game as well. It was going to put in a lot of work too, but I don't think I got a chance to set up, or I ended up sacking it, if I'm not mistaken. I ended up just sacking it because my Mr. Jiggles just put in the work against this team. But yeah, and then going into the next week, I think we took on Philadelphia. So this game, I played really horrible. I remember playing that game too. I played really horrible. Let's see the team that I brought. I can't remember the team because I think I team built really quick. Yeah, I had Trick Room, 3 attacks. This AV with Acid Spray. Let me look at the matchup real quick, because you know I start jogging on my memory once I see that. I think this is it right here. No, that's not it. Let me actually look, because I'm just clicking buttons out here. Let's see, we got Philadelphia, right? There it is. Alright, so this team, yeah, it was a rain team. So I think I had talked to my boy Jay, and we were talking about the possibility of Trick Room. So that's why I actually brought this Trick Room Uniclus with Focus Blast and Energy Ball and Psychic, because we figured out my team wasn't really fast enough to outspeed the rain. So we figured, why not try to like cancel out the rain with that Trick Room. So that's what we ended up doing. AV was just to take hits from all his ranged attackers, of course. I remember this game too. I think I lost on some bullshit, no joke. I can't remember if like he like kind of just beat me, or if I just made like a really bad, I think I made like a really bad misplay, and it just all went downhill from there. Sugarberry Neptune was for the Swampert. That was the heat of that week. I swear, bro, I feel like every week I brought heat to this league, to be honest. I'm not even trying to sound cocky or anything like that, but I really feel like I brought heat this season. But yeah, we took the 0-3 loss, so we took back-to-back losses, and then week 7 we came hard and we got a 7-0. And I remember that game. It was actually against I remember the game. I don't remember who it was against. I could look it up, but that was the game where Snorlax got burnt with Flare Blitz from the Incineroar on some bullshit too. Let me see, who was that against? Uckland, yeah. That was when his Incineroar went for Flare Blitz and it burned me. Got that 10% burn. I still ended up going up to +6 with Curslax, and I ended up pretty much putting in work against his team. See, week 7, yeah, and this is when I started using the first week I ever brought Mega Pidgeot, but I didn't really get to put in any work with it, unfortunately. But yeah, my boy South Cheeser right here with the Curse Return, Gluttony, Recycle. So that really put in the work right there and made sure I lived everything, and I pretty much knocked out all of his team. His team couldn't really break through it unless he had like Hammer Arm Metagross, which he fortunately didn't. So that was my week 7. My week 8, I went against AK. AK was actually the guy that I was fighting the whole time to make playoffs, because our records ended up being the same, and because I beat him this game, we actually ended up, I ended up getting the tiebreaker and moving on to the first round of playoffs. Well, he kind of didn't. But this game, I don't really remember what was the record. Let me see. Week 8 versus AK. I know, I'm sorry if I'm bugging y'all by going page to page. So that one I ended up winning 3-0. 3-0. Yeah, sounds about right. And I had this, oh yeah, I had this Lucifer set to taunt like things like his stupid little Slurpluff, and to taunt things like this Miniorn, to taunt things like this Mantine and Ferrothorn, so they wouldn't set up. Ice Fang hit the Noivern, of course, and then the Zygarde. So this Aerodactyl put in a lot of work that game. I do remember that. This is the first game that Mega Pidgeot also put in a lot of work. I remember that as well. Oh yeah, and I had this Berry Hammerhead. This is the flame right here. So this was supposed to, because I could live his Draco Meteor or his Outrage very easily, or his Thousand Arrows, sorry. That's what the Berry was for. It was for me to Swords Dance on him, and then he brings in one of his dragons to try to kill me, but they wouldn't because I had the Berry, and then boom, I smack him over with like a Stone Edge or Earthquake. I didn't put Dragon Claw on this set. Oh no, because that +2 Stone Edge killed Noivern and Earthquake killed Zygarde, and I needed rocks up this game. Yeah, and then I think I brought this AV Kaleidoscoper, and this is the first time I ever figured out that Kecleon is a thickums. Definitely a big thickums. And then I brought Fighting Z here just to have a reliable way to hit the Ferrothorn, so I don't have to rely on Focus Blast. But yeah, that was the heat right there, boy. That's the heat right there. That's that spiciness. But yeah, that was a really good game too. I ended up winning that one 3-0. Damn, my week 9 battle. Man, I gotta go tab. I should have had this ready before, huh? Sorry guys, very unprofessional. So week 9 was versus Seattle. I think this is Seattle right here. Oh nope. Seattle's right here. So this was Seattle right here. Sorry if the team's kind of cut off, guys. I know you can only see to like here, but then the list of names is always right here. This is just to help me remember like why I brought what I brought. Man, I'm surprised that I actually won that game. Let me see, that was week 9. Yeah, so let me see this. Oh, okay, it's making sense. It's coming back to me. Yeah, it's coming back to me. So the heat of this week right here was actually I think it was this AV or Yachi Berry. Stealth Rockers. No, it had to be this Assault Vest guy, because he had no special attackers that could get through me. Blacephalon could not kill me. I completely walled his why do I want to say Florges so bad? That Comfy, Duosion, Venomoth didn't have to worry about. Typhlosion didn't have to worry about. Dragon Dance. For Alligator, I didn't have to worry about anything with this Snorlax set right here. I ended up putting in a lot of work with Gunk Shot. Ended up killing the Comfy. Ice Punch didn't come into play. Earthquake knocked out the Excadrill. In this game, I predicted his Excadrill to come in with Big Mama's Flamethrower, and that really fucked him up, to be honest. That really caught him off guard, and it ended up putting a lot of work in for me. Unaware was there, of course, for Excadrill. So that's what I remember from that battle, that week 9. And then week 10, pretty important. We were getting down to playoffs, so I was taking these games pretty seriously. Really team building pretty hard. And I remember this was one of the hardest matchups I had. I remember this game very vividly because it was so pivotal. Winning this game really made me viable for playoffs. So it was against the Miami Dinos. This one is definitely going in the description because this game was so good. I led off with Mega Pidgeot as he led off Mega Deontay, and I whooped that thing with a Hidden Power Steel. I whooped it. That was the highlight of that. That was the heat right there, because he was not expecting that. He said I was the second person who brought Hidden Power Steel against him, and it worked. I ended up knocking out this Mega Deontay. Celesteela was a big threat, but I ended up being able to weak it down with this. This was some heat too right here. Substitute Shuckleberry, knockoff Scald, and Rocks. So this came out to counter Celesteela's Earthquake, which it didn't even end up having at all, so that kind of sucked. But I substitute on his leech seed. If he was a leech seed set, I get the knock off his leftovers, try to skull burn him, and then get up my rocks. That was the intention of this set. This set was pretty fire. I brought rock slide for the for what did I bring rock slide? Oh, for the rotom heat. I don't even think he brought the rotom heat, or I never got a chance to, at least. That sucked. Big Mama was forced to run Bush Protect most of the weeks. I knocked out Quagsire with Energy Ball. He wasn't expecting my Rainiclus to have Energy Ball for his Quagsire. That was crazy. I couldn't believe he stayed in on that one. I also brought 2 teams for that. Then let's see, week 11. We played. Let's see. We played Cherry Grove, and then we played Pudgett, right? Okay, so Cherry Grove. This game we did take the L. No cap. We took the L right here. This guy has like a fucking OU team, bro. This has Tornadus, Tapu Bulu, Toxapex, Mega Scissor, Crook, and Como. Piloswine, Magmotor, Barbicle, Miltank, and Jolteon. Who let this man draft this team, bro? Who let this man draft this team? And I don't even think this guy made playoffs. I don't think he made the finals. Who let this man draft this team? Not me. If I was around in the draft, I would have taken one of those, at least from him. But damn, man, that game was so hard. The heat of this week was definitely, I think, this one right here. Acid Spray killed the Bulu in one hit. It also covered anything he wanted to switch into. It also put in a lot of work against this team. This EO right here. Definitely MVP. Expert Belt Lucifer also put in a lot of work, because once I think the Scissor was weakened, or the Toxapex, I was basically gonna go in on this game. But yeah, we ended up taking the loss because, as you can see, this team is extremely Piloswine weak. Look, I even said in my team builder, like, this team loses to Piloswine, but I wasn't expecting Piloswine, to be honest. But yeah, that shit pretty much ran through my team. And then week 12 right here was against not Auckland, it was the Pudgett Sound Swampers, and they ended up losing. They brought like Mega Pinsir. I took it out. The MVP of this game was really this Ghost DMZ, Mr. Jiggles. Ghost DMZ was for Uxie, I remember, and Uxie ate that shit. It ate it, no joke. This Snorlax didn't put as much work in. Arrow put in a lot of work with. I had a Home Claw set, but it didn't work. That was supposed to be the Heat Home Claws, and then Stone Age and Arrow, Ace and Crunch pretty much knocked out his whole team. So that was pretty cool. And then this pretty much ran through his team. It was a backup check. I never ended up needing to use it, but it ended up putting a lot of pressure on his team. You see if I still have that team. Okay, so this was the playoffs. If you guys watched this game, I lost to hella hacks. Not even trying to sound salty or anything like that, but I lost to hella hacks. It's all good though. We made a hell of a run, you know, and we'll of course be back next season with some even more fire if it's possible. But this was a rematch of my first ever game, and man, we killed it. We killed it with the team build. We killed it. We had nothing. The heat was probably the Curse Rest. This set probably could have swept through his whole team, barring hacks and all that. Kaleidoscoper also was a heat ass set. This Assault Vest set caught him really off guard. It checked his Zapdos completely, knocked it off, Ice Punched it, Drain Punched it, got back some health to keep that longevity for Assault Vest, you know. That definitely put in a lot of work. This Swords Dance, Ground DMZ, also put in a lot of work too. Garchomp was the real MVP. Unfortunately, we did lose to hacks, but you know, it's all good. This week 1 playoff was not a fun battle, to be honest. It wasn't really fun, but nevertheless, I mean, we had a great season overall. You guys saw my teams. You guys saw that heat. Now I kind of want to just go talk a little bit more. I know I've been talking for a minute. I'm sorry. I know I've been talking for a minute. So I want to talk a little bit more honestly about the team as a whole. So the team as a whole, not the best team. I made it work with what I had, you know. Definitely happy with what it came out to me. Top 3 right now. Top 3 MVPs for the season. number one, I gotta go Lucifer. Anytime I need a Lucifer to be focus sashed, extra belted, choice banded. I did bring choice band a couple weeks, actually. I didn't show that, but I did. This thing just absolutely put in the work. Against the Miami Dinos, this guy hit some critical stone edges in order for us to actually take the win. So big shout out to Lucifer, man. He put in a lot of work this season. Definitely runner for MVP. Secondly, I want to give the shout out to Hammerhead right here, aka the Garchomp. This thing is such a beast. My first ever season using it. With a Z move, it's absolutely lethal. Rock MZ or Ground MZ, Fire MZ, whatever you need to run on it, it really just hits like a brick with that 130 base attack. Choice Scarf is super great too. It's a reliable rocker. You can always count on it to get a Swords Dance up because of how bulky it is. It's just such a great mon, and I really enjoy using it. Definitely like was so great. Another shout out I want to give out to is Big Mama right here. Big Mama was really the cleric for the league. Always coming through with that wish protect, man. That cleric for the team that I really needed. Unaware came in numerous amount of times. So did Magic Guard as well. Came in a lot. Really put in the work. I mean, Big Mama really helped out a lot defensively, and it was pretty much my backbone because it helped out a lot to take hits. And regardless of steel type moves, I always took hits, and this always put in work. So big shout out to Big Mama. EO too. EO is such a beast. I never used it before, but man, this thing can take hits for days with no type of investment. Like, you do max HP and you good. Max HP, max special attack, and you're good. You are good, man. You don't have to worry about any special attacks to this thing. Levitate with the electric typing is a very good ability to have. This thing was definitely a runner up for top 3, but you know, just had to give it an honorable shout out. Another shout out is LaFleur. Mega Pidgeot, such a good mega to draft. If you guys haven't tried it, haven't used it, I highly recommend it. Good low budget mega, and it definitely puts in the work. It does have a limited move pool, but with hidden powers, you pretty much hit anything you need to hit, and it hits pretty hard. This thing has like a base 135 special attack, so it's pretty high. So MVP, I'm gonna have to give it to Lucifer. My boy Lucifer right here, man. Setting up the rocks, stone edging everything, earthquake and everything, ice fanging anything, fire fanging anything. My boy Lucifer right here is gonna take the MVP for the WPF season. I also want to give a big shout out to Big Showin and Tifat Panda for letting me be in this league this season. Hoping to come back next season. If you guys were rooting for the Happy Valley Hariyamas and you guys are still rooting for us, hey, make sure to leave a like down below. If you guys are new, barely watching my channel for the first time, make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below. Happy Valley Hariyamas will be back next season with a vengeance. And we're going to be trying to get that belt. We're trying to get that championship. We're trying to get that chip. You know, I need the chip. I need my chips with some dip, you know, straight up. But yeah, guys, we will be back. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay great. Peace.